Prenie. 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 Prenie.
Bring it indeed. You know what? You look way different than you did than like I was watching you all fucking weekend, my guy. You look a little different.
Yeah, I'm a changed man. What can I say?
You look a little brighter. You look a little taller. You look a little more conference-y. That's for sure.
Yes, so I definitely look like I have a sunburn. I can tell you that.
It's
Day one down in Florida got absolutely roasted, and yeah, I might have gotten skin cancer. I don't know.
Who the fuck is this?
Hi.
What the fuck,
dude? He just shows up at game time
with no mustache.
I had to get rid of it.
You had?
Why you had to? You had to. No, they would have hired you because of it.
No. So it's not even about that. It's a Cooper. So
come on.
All right, the story quick. Cooper, we went to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. Cooper came into my room at like 5:30 a couple mornings later, crying. He's like, I had a bad dream. And I was like, what? And he goes, I lost you. And I was like, what does that mean? I'm right here. And he goes, I don't want to talk about it. And then just cried. I was like, okay, it's okay. Everything's safe. I'm right here. You're fine. What happened? Well, in my dream, you turned into Mario and I never saw you again. I was like, is it because Mario has a mustache? He said, yes. And I said, all right, I'll shave it.
I love your son. I love your, you know this. I love your son, but fuck Cooper for making you shave that mustache. Yeah. Unbelievable. That's awful.
He's a rascal.
How many times?
Damn it, Coop.
How many times have you listened to Peaches by Bowser?
Oh, you know what? It's a lot,
dude. It's
a lot.
It's like on the top 100.
Is it really?
It's a good song. It's just very. The only part my kids know are peaches, peaches, peaches. And I'm like, guys, you need to learn more of that song.
What a wild. I mean, that's just showing everybody like this is 2023. This is the world we live in, where this Mario, like it's like a song. It's like a minute and 15 seconds long.
Yeah, it's very Jack Black-esque.
Yeah. And that's really the only time you can tell that he's actually in the movie.
Jack Black's in the fucking Mario movie?
He's Bowser. So the cast is like crazy. It's like a really, really good cast. Good. I didn't get any of like their like the actor's character at all in any of those characters, but I thought the movie was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed it.
I meant to do something for tonight.
I like how they like go into the backstory of like kind of just how like Princess Peach is there, like because you don't know these things,
right?
Good stuff.
Different lands.
Good stuff. And they just like included a bunch like from the first game, the second game, third. It's just just really good call outs for the parents and good kids movie. I don't know. I really liked it.
I would see it a second time.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna try and go in 3D next time.
Ooh.
They
Maybe
do it in
we'll-
3D.
Yeah, we'll take it
Absolutely.
a step up. Yeah,
Fuck,
that Rainbow Road sequence is gonna be crazy
Oh.
in 3D.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with Patron tonight. I can't deal with these fucking guys showing up in the comments early in the evening. I can't deal with Patron like I did on fucking Saturday.
Oh boy.
But I gotta find my phone so I can do. I want to do a multimedia section, and I have no idea where it is. I've got a good buzz on tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go. Let's have ourselves a night on Bring It. We got a lot going on here tonight. As I said, I'm drunk again. What else is new? But we got a big night. We have a certain gentleman joining us that just played conference down in the Hall of Fame Classic Duel for the weekend. And we're getting into that. We also have a new team that's following us out of, where the fuck are they from? Mississippi? Khaos?
I think they're based out of Florida.
They're Florida,
I
that's
think
right.
The team is based out, yeah,
Florida.
But I mean, if they have girls from the Northeast, I'm sure that they've got girls everywhere.
They do.
There's
I
someone
know a
from
couple of the
Kentucky, I'm
girls
sure.
are from, a couple are from Mississippi. My girl, Sasha Killings. Love her. But no, we're going to have a fucking night tonight. D-Money, what's happening, baby? What you drinking?
What's up, J-Ro? Tonight, what is this? I have a Branch and Blade soda sour. I went with the popped orange,
Yeah.
and this is delightful.
That's
Have you had
very
it?
good.
That popped
Very
is
good
delicious.
breakfast. Very good breakfast beer.
Oh, the best
Popped
breakfast.
orange.
You're on your own for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. This I was gonna ask him what he was drinking, but who knows? He's trying to find his cell phone.
Yeah. it
Yeah.
happens. We
Coco,
use those things. Yeah. Hey,
welcome
how are
to
you?
the show. I'll introduce you, buddy. What do you got
Thanks.
to drink tonight?
So a lot of moving around. I decided to have a beer. It's a Fin Chaser from Top Water out of Barrington. It tastes way better than
Okay.
it looks. It looks like pond water.
Oh, I was gonna say I can't see it, but yeah, you're right.
No,
It
I
does
got it
look
there,
like
yeah.
pond water.
Yeah, it's a little bit murky, but it's not bad. It's a little too sweet for me. It's a pale.
What is it?
pale-
a
a
sweet
sweet pale
pale?
Yeah, it's sweet. It's all Citra. But it's not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Well, nice.
All right.
You know what I can't believe that they have down are like the ranch waters or whatever they have
Okay.
down at the Vieira Fields.
Oh, at the yeah.
Dude, like they're just handing out those 13%
Yeah,
Bever-
wild.
like alcoholic
What are they
beverages
doing?
at Vieira.
Yeah,
You can
They're
get
handing
like
out 13 percenters?
yeah. It's their ranch waters.
their ranch water.
Yeah, they're like just margaritas.
Yeah, pretty much. I looked at those. I was like, I'll go with a land shark.
Jesus.
Yeah. But Jero, I introduced Coco. You're back. What do you have?
I'm back.
tonight
So
to
I
drink?
just changed something new. So I just finished a WeldWorks double IPA. I'm going into the Unseen Creatures IPA out of Miami, Florida. It is breaking through an IPA. I got this from our friend down at Burt's Beers. Burt's Beers. I got that. Let me see. Let me get a.
It looks much cleaner than mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so fucking
Even
good. And then I've got a
this
couple
one
of
looks way
sours
better,
to
that's
finish up with.
So Jero, that's weird that you say that. I had to work from the office today and took a new away home on a Tuesday night. Headed into Burt's. The selection.
Did you?
Yeah. Selection's excellent. So that's where I got that popped. And then after this, I have a Kettlehead Nosh, which is a brown ale. It's a Southern English brown ale.
Oh, that sounds very, very
Did
good.
you say hi to Brian?
I don't know Brian,
Brian
the
wasn't
big
there.
guy?
Yeah, he wasn't
was-
there when I stopped in recently.
the big guy. Oh, it was
Yeah.
the big guy was there. I think he was like, I'm just hanging out with all my beers tonight.
You're the other one. That's all.
Yeah. So tell him the other one went in. I was wearing my Bololi Brothers hat. I know that they've watched or at least commented, so they must have seen Bololi somewhere. So
He
I
had
figured
this.
that's what I had.
I love that, and I'm glad you got in there because we were talking about his competition tonight and how there's one, an exit up and an exit down. But I like where he is because for the city folk, he has a great spot. Like he really does. I love it. Like I grabbed the Sunny D Celsius I've been drinking all day. Yeah, I'm
Sunny
in
D
Sunny D.
Celsius.
Seltzy.
Go on.
those Sunny
Yeah,
D
please.
seltzers. It's vodka and soda Sunny D. They are fucking delicious.
All
Let
right,
me tell you.
I'm gonna have to take this show on the road and
course
swing
they
over
are.
by Bert's right now.
Yeah.
Can we,
couple
Bert's,
juices.
Yeah.
Brian, can we do a podcast from your store?
I think we've already
Wow.
asked, but I think it's probably. I mean, there's got to be a spot for us.
If not, we'll just do it from the back of your truck in the parking
Yeah,
lot.
in the parking lot. We'll go to La Coretta in between. We'll bring margaritas out. So I was trying to grab a video from this weekend. Dustin,
Yeah.
we're gonna dive into this.
You want to dive into this weekend?
Yeah, yes, we do. So first off, we're going to pull the curtain back here a little bit. Dustin Merrill. I don't know if you guys paid attention at all this weekend. Dustin Merrill was playing at the fucking Connie this weekend. He was down at the duel pitching for Bololi Brothers HVAC. We didn't know. Oh, I found my phone.
Hooray.
Hey, remember how
You
like
found it?
when we go on the Discord and I'm
you go on the
TikTok
TikTok.
Live?
Yeah. Are you still
I found
TikTok
where
live?
No, I found where my phone is now. I just been looking
Literally
for it.
been right in front of him the whole time. It's like when you lose
Literally.
your glasses. When you lose your glasses on your head, you're like, I can't fucking see.
Yeah. So we are so Tuesday night, we have our normal podcast last week. Dustin doesn't bring it up. Nothing comes up. He was like, "Oh, well, we'll have to talk about this weekend." And I'm like, "All right, like he's got
Yeah,
something."
I did.
You did say that.
Yeah, I was like, we got to talk. Like, we might not be able to, or we have to talk about going live this weekend or something like that.
Yeah, and I'm just like, "All right, like cool, like whatever. We'll talk about it. No big fucking deal. You'll just go whenever you can." Wednesday morning, he shows up and the fucking guy he's like, "I'm going to pitch for Bololi Brothers HVAC because of unfortunate circumstances that happened with their normal pitcher." I don't know if I've been that excited for like something that's happened softball related since like, I don't know, we went to our first tournament or like the PIF or like we went to the first tournament and somebody realized who the fuck we were. You know what I mean? Like, Dustin, I was so pumped for you. That is, and I know Corey, you were too. Like, dude, congratulations. Fucking what an opportunity that was
that's
for
awesome.
you.
I thank you. I mean, that's not like it was. It's kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like you had said, I was going down to fill in for someone who they were going through a rough time.
Yep.
Keith has helped me out with this game and in this game so much.
Mhm.
I was just like, if I can help, that's all I really care about. Like if I could really help out the squad, make sure that they're able to play, then that's what I'm going for. So it wasn't like a happy thing to go down.
No,
you know what I mean?
I
Because
know.
it's like one of those things. But I knew I was going to get like fantastic experience, and that's exactly what happened.
It was I don't know, the buzz around it was different. Because you're our guy. Like, right? Like
Right.
when Chucky made conference and playing with LSR, Tab last year playing with La Familia, now with Khaos, like we're pumped for everybody, but it's just different when it's our guy.
Yeah, and I would have been the same way if one of you guys got it right or got that call. But yeah, for me, I was just like, it sucks that that this is like that I'm going down there and this other guy is going through this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all I wanted to do the whole weekend, I was just trying not to fuck up too much. Like that was my thing. Like, don't go down there, just throw strikes. These teams are gonna fucking hit. Okay,
yeah.
so this conference tournament in general might be one of the cooler conference tournaments. So
Why?
what they do is they both tournaments are seeded. I think the first tournament is seeded in like how you finished last year.
Yeah.
In the conference, and then I think they change it up a little bit so you're not playing the same team twice during the first game.
Mm-hmm.
For the second one. You play, it was just the red quad and the stadium, so
Yeah.
all baseball fields.
380 to center, 320 down the lines. Sound about right?
Something like that. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was
I
exactly.
measured it, but yes.
Okay, and then
Corey and I did.
I'm pretty I'm pretty
He
sure
sets you up. Get this answer right because I looked it up.
the bases were set at 75 feet. So
Ugh.
indoor, really. I mean, here's the next part:
So far.
75 feet, but you're using a stadium ball. So those balls are rocked. They
Coming
are
pretty quick.
freaking rocked. So a lot of guys were like in the infield were playing super back and just utilizing that, bouncing it over to first to get guys out. Yeah. So I mean, in that aspect, it's almost like playing at the Mojo on the big fields, but it's in the conference. I mean, yeah.
It's at the Mojo on the big fields, except it's all the guys' bats were swinging.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
80 degrees.
At 80 degrees.
But yeah, it was what a cool experience it was. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, who did, you got somebody to foul out. I won't name names, but I loved his 13-inch black and gold Travis Clark bat.
I don't think I got Travis Clark.
Oh, who was it?
To foul out.
You won't. I'll go back through a group chat.
I got two foul
Clark.
outs. Two
Bubba?
foul outs against the major teams.
You snapped off some guys, but listen, it was. Listen. I'm a fanboy. I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking say it. I'm a fanboy. For my guys, I'm a fanboy. I will hype the fuck out of you. You can't do no wrong in my fucking eyes. We're going right here. This was like I loved it. There was nothing I could have been happier for this. It was just so fucking. Sorry, I just saw a private chat come in. I apologize. He took me completely out. But Dustin, like you, when you sent that message Wednesday morning saying I can't broadcast with you on Thursday or Friday, when I asked if you were home working from home on Thursday, and you said because I am playing in the conference, I lost my shit. Amanda was fucking thrilled for you, and you know how much she pays attention to softball. What a great opportunity that was. Like, great job. And I got to tell you, you hit well. You pitched well. True. Like, I was getting messages myself from people that aren't affiliated with us saying how great you were doing. Like, but I do want to say, Connor Miller, thoughts and prayers. Like, honestly, thoughts. I'm not a TMP guy.
He ended up flying home.
What?
On Sunday.
Connor Miller flew home?
Yes. So he got surgery, I think Saturday.
When did it happen? It happened.
I think it was either Saturday or I think So he got surgery.
He got it Saturday.
He got surgery Friday. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
And then, because it happened on Thursday.
Where is he, Connor?
So I'm pretty sure it was like Friday afternoon or Friday.
Yeah,
night.
it was Friday. Friday at 4:00.
He was putting pressure on it on Saturday morning. He was like telling us like the plan when we went to visit him. And he was like, the doctor says, we're going to be putting pressure on the toes, as soon as possible. So he was in like a walker, like applying pressure on the toe, and he flew home, which a lot of the guys on the team, I had no clue, but they were just like, there's no way he's going to be able to fly. It's going to be like 2 weeks. But
I was saying on the broadcast, like, I think Gallo and I were talking about it this Sunday at the Laporte tournament, being like, so he's going to have to drive all the way home. He flew home?
Yeah, he flew home.
That had to hurt.
Wow.
I would assume.
Yeah,
I would assume that hurt, but
so he must be playing in 2 weeks. Put pressure on it day 2.
Yeah.
Run it, maybe an extra hitter or something. Get a courtesy runner.
Yeah, it's the miracle of modern medicine.
But yeah, so Connor Miller had a horrific injury. We're not going to divulge exactly what happened. It's out there.
Ball in the gap, and two guys collided. And it was not good.
But Connor Miller, we're thinking of you, buds.
Absolutely. Not the only crazy freak accident that happened that day. So I'm pretty sure somebody else broke a foot. And then
don't tell me it was sticking like that way.
I just heard. Okay. And then while we were watching the Khaos game, a U-Trip official just came flying around the corner and just ran some lady over with one of those golf carts.
Oh,
And she was
Jesus.
screaming. And this guy had a kid in his lap.
Oh.
I hope he blamed
Super-
the kid. It's a new driver.
Yeah, he got off the cart, turned to the kid and was like, "What the fuck did you just do?" No, he did not do that. But it was a
shit.
wild event. I'm pretty sure we can laugh and joke about it. She got up, she walked away after all was said and done. She was on the ground for a while though. Like like I looked over and the golf cart was like up like this on top of this lady.
It's that Mista lady.
Like I would love
so
it.
Bad. I feel so bad, and I'm sorry if you eventually hear this. Whoever got ran over by that, but I was just like, "What is happening? What is happening?"
That was fun to laugh at it. Like Connor Miller's, we don't laugh at. Getting run over by a golf cart,
dude.
As long as you're okay, like we'll laugh at that.
But the U-Trip guy like pulled away. He pulled off of it, like very slowly, got up out of the golf cart, walked over, and then just put his hands to his head.
Like,
She's over there on the ground screaming, and I'm like, dude, stop feeling bad and go help her. Like, what
did you say? So he ran her over and then rolled off of her instead of like just getting the cart off with his hands. Like, let's run her over twice.
He moved backwards. Pretty sure.
Oh, so not only did he run her over a second time, but it's going. And she's doing it.
Yeah, and then he just
high golf cart pitch.
And then rather than like immediately go to her and see if she's okay, he gets up and he puts his head in his hands like, what have I done?
You know what? Next year
I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for that kid who just thought that he ran over a woman in a golf cart when it was really his dad. Yeah, it was just a weird situation.
We're gonna have the USSSA live streams, but I'm gonna stand there with my tripod and just film between the quads and try to catch some of this shit.
It's a circus, dude.
Jesus.
But yeah, going back to the tournaments themselves.
Yeah.
What a great, I mean, there is no to realize that you're playing against the best teams in the like 2 of the top 4 teams in the nation. Like these guys are the best of the best.
Well, you started off duel 1 against Competitive Edge. You guys had them on the ropes. If you didn't go quiet for those 2 innings, who knows what happens?
Yeah, we were winning in that game in the 3rd or 4th inning. I mean,
and the fricker, you guys know. Actually, I have it. Shocking
runs there too.
I know. Notebooks.
Yeah, we were going punch for punch with them at the beginning of the game, and it was like, all right, we could, if we stay with them, you could win this game.
After the 3rd, you were up 19-17. And then I had to jump on a call. I left the stream. I will take the loss. It's my fault.
Yeah, that sounds like J-Ro's fault.
Yeah. But no, but then also the Van Wert Frickers also had Competitive Edge on the ropes as well, which we broadcast in the start of the duel. They almost beat them.
Yeah, and the thing that you have to understand when looking at those games too,
yeah,
when a major team's playing a B team, they've got 5 starters are on the bench,
right?
Getting their legs under them, especially when we played Redsmondo.
Yeah,
I think they had to rally off a bunch of wins on this Friday.
The first duel they did because they lost their second
game. Yeah, so they were playing a bunch. So they definitely had. You could see a mix of guys going in over the weekend. It's awesome to see that at that level, they think more about it. Those games are absolute grinds. Those games are fucking crazy grinds. That's one of the things for me. I had played B, right?
Yeah.
Conference level when you're playing against a major team, that game is going to be, if you are in the game, like that Competitive Edge game, it's going to be a 2-hour game.
Yeah.
Even when you get your shit pushed in, it's going to be an hour and a half.
Right.
In 4 innings or 5 innings. Like the games are just really, really, really long. One of the things I did like was the pace of the game, like in between the plays, is people take their time, which that was very cool.
Could you throw the ball around?
Oh yeah, they have it around the infield. Everything. We didn't, because we're also not a major team. We're like, all right, we're just.
Here.
I was like,
Dustin, here's the ball.
Throw that fucking thing around. He's like, yeah. But it's like Yeah, batters are taking their time. Their sweet ass time. A lot.
So there's an interesting one. Maybe this is what I was thinking of. The strike zone. You walked Travis Clark. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
to
one
start-
thing. You
to
walked
start the
Travis
game.
Clark.
Yeah. That was the Rismondo strike zone, and I know we got Delores and Mikey Manning in there, but it's tiny. When you play against a team, I mean, some of those umpires are they're going to say, all right, and I'm not saying it was good or bad. This was it was so even between both
Really?
sides that you needed to drop it right behind the dish, regardless of the height.
No. Like I watched this. I thought, I wish I had it. Actually, I can pull it up here real quick. But it was, you look at where some of these balls are dropped. Actually, Dustin, can you text this to me, or you put it up there? Because I can't download from GroupMe.
No, we don't need to do the video.
Okay, I was just gonna say, just to show people, like, because this is what I heard. Even Chucky Rohrbeck last year, he's like, you have to land it within inches behind the plate. He's like, it's a.
And
but
maybe
the only reason I wanted to show this,
right? Maybe it's not the team you're playing, but the umpire. That was the only time we had that umpire, and his strike zone was tiny, but it was like that for both teams. Like,
but
both
and that
teams
was
had
the
to drop
thing, is
it right
more
behind the
showing
plate.
people at the conference level how small that strike zone can be.
Oh, yeah.
And what it should look like.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things with those major guys is they don't swing at balls typically, and they take walks. Like, they're not chasing anything that drops in front. They're not coming close to swinging at.
Like, Clark was out of the box before that ball four landed, and I saw where it landed, and I was just like, that's a fucking strike. Obviously, listen, I'm playing many, many levels down from Travis Clark and love swinging his back when it was back a 13-incher. Travis, go back to the 13-incher. I don't like the 12 3/4. But it was, you go back to that spot, and I'm looking, I'm like, and he knew he was out of the box going to first before that ball landed. And it was,
and that was the
8 inches behind the plate.
Yeah, that was the first batter of the game. So, I mean, it's possible that they've had that guy before. Travis is a pitcher. He has that experience with the umpire. He knows his strike zone already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, all in all, the umpires are great, I thought, all weekend. But yeah, that is one thing that I noticed. The guys at the upper level do not swing at balls.
So before we get into the actual umpires, because I do want to shout out some umpires and shout out some new friends of ours. A lot of new friends of ours, actually, probably 16 of them. Can we talk about the one thing that got me harder than you playing down there?
What's that?
Loaded here, bad spot in the top of the 7th for below. Oh, baby! Look at this. Like, you've Bones 1, Bones 2, Bones 3! Let's go, triple play! Oh, baby! You guys turned a fucking triple play.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. That was pretty sweet.
Right after he's going, not where they want to be here in the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Corey and I are fucking dying laughing. Literally, I just let me take this off here. I literally just I just stopped singing straight from the heart and laughing, saying this is not where you want to be in the top of the 7th with nobody out and bases loaded. And then you guys come up and turn a triple play. Selfishly for the pod, can y'all help us get on John King's for that, please? But that was wild. Like, you always kind of want that to happen, like, more when you're broadcasting than when you're actually playing. It's like, all right, let's just get a double. Let's just get 2. You're never really thinking of getting a triple play.
Yeah, that was wild.
How many? And then you go up and you hit the scoreboard in the fucking bottom of the 7th with a fucking ding dong shot.
Yeah, that was
you trying to give me a heart attack?
You guys had some pep in your step there in the 7th.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only game we didn't hit. I mean, well, the other two of the games we didn't really have time to hit because everybody else was hitting instead of us. But yeah, I mean, that team, the Bololi HVAC brothers, Bololi Brothers HVAC, KLNR. That team's going to be very, very good
Yep.
throughout the year. Yeah, it was
They're
a fun
gonna be
time.
a fun team to watch. They're gonna be a fun team to watch throughout the year, to be honest with you. And I think we kind of knew that beforehand, but I think seeing them down at the duel, I think that kind of showed a little different as well. So
what else happened? You went to Rhode Island?
no, we're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Okay. Moving on.
Chaos, SNI, Ball Forward, D1, Women's Conference A. These are my bitches.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So here's the thing. 2 top 4s.
Yes. Back to back.
Yeah, there's already talk about them getting bumped to AA.
Settle down.
Yeah. There's already talk about them getting bumped to AA because I guess they beat major teams, AA teams. I think they beat 3 major teams, and I think they ruled one of them.
So
Is that good?
Which is not a great look. But
classic glass, I think. Yeah.
But if you're within the rules, like,
right,
that's come on. This team's probably going to play in the AA anyway. Maybe the major, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, don't bump them to AA at this point.
And they're a young team. Like somebody came on our feed saying it's a young team, second-year team. You know what sucks? I was broadcasting them, and while I didn't miss anything exciting with the Bololi Brothers HVAC, Caroline Taylor hit a fucking bomb while I was on a goddamn call, and I wasn't broadcasting. And you know how I love a women's home run.
Just stop working. If you stop working, you don't miss any of these games.
Well, April 27th to the 30th,
okay,
we have the Texas Duel. So, I don't know, maybe April 27th, I take a half day. The 28th, I take a full day off. Maybe I just broadcast Chaos. I love Sasha Killings.
I happen to be on vacation, so I'm around.
I'll send it to your spam.
Perfect. I mean, that was rude, but
no, but that was a fun team, and you know what? And I guess this is why I like broadcasting the way we do. Was when Tab sent us the video of them back at the house watching the feed, just fucking laughing, having fun, listening to the bullshit, being like, how the fuck does he know about people? And it's like, well, A, the roster's online, but B, like, yeah, like, you know, so it was just fun. It was fun to really pump our girls' tires. You know, Tab and Alyssa Derrick, just like we pumped yours, and Chucky, sorry we didn't pump yours as much, but it was fun to be able to get, you know, a new team, and we're gonna follow the shit out of Chaos this year. And I don't know, I think
it's
I'm
a
gonna
good team.
I'm gonna email DW and see if they need help for the May conference events with that Showdown channel.
Yeah, I'm sure he can't wait to get you on the mic.
So Coco and I talked about this.
Yeah, we may have.
We talked about this a lot, being like, do we just keep broadcasting our way because I can say whatever the fuck like I want? Not like it has nothing to do with you two. Mm-hmm. I can say whatever the fuck I want, which we know is not. It's you know, it's not for the children.
It's different.
Yes, and you at least when you're at Bring It, you know what you're getting.
Right, gotcha. That's kind of our brand, right? If you will.
Well, speaking of when you said the children, Cooper and Denny are sitting with me on Saturday, and I had to get up to do something. Cooper's like, "Can I put the headphone in?" I was like, "Not a chance. No, you cannot."
No, you don't. So I don't know, but like I wouldn't mind going to Myrtle, but like also it's like it's fun to broadcast from here and you know do our brand of broadcasting. But I also would like to go down to one of these conference events. I would have loved to have been down there this weekend with you, you know, now that seeing how things kind of are and like just getting, I love the broadcasting piece of this. Like, right. Like I love, like, it's fun for us to broadcast these games. So, but anyway, also
and
Sasha Killings, you stay behind that plate. I'm going to watch all day.
Jesus. Zero chill coming from you.
None at this point of the night. It's all right.
But But yeah, that's going to be a good team to watch. Chaos.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be in the mix to win some of these tournaments.
For sure.
They
have a good balance of a lot.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as their season progresses.
Yeah, like Pam, I think there's like Tammy Strange came up in a lot of big spots. Pam Ursery came up huge a lot. Trying to think who else here. I felt like Caroline Taylor. I felt like I said a lot. Like there was a lot of, and they all came up, and boy, do they have a lot of great unis as well. Yeah, no, they'll be fun. So they'll be fun to watch all year.
Every day they had a brand new uniform, but I guess that's what you do in the conference.
Also,
which I've realized,
their headband game is on fucking point.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, I sure can. Sorry, I didn't know if you realized. They had new headbands for each uniforms, and they were like the Junk Brands Big Band Light.
So do you think the headband just is like how many hats did Bololi have?
Yeah, I think it's definitely that.
Kind of works in that same fashion. You just get a bunch of headbands instead, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I guess that. Man, you know what they really need to bring back, make a staple, is the visor. The softball visor, I think. Come on.
I don't think they do.
The visor
with the long hair, it's perfect.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like I like the. So I tried when I went down to the first tournament with the Ville. I tried wearing the hat. Well, guess what didn't really stay on my head for one inning was the hat.
Yeah.
The visor would be ideal, so I went right back to the headband. I don't hate it. I think we need to up the visor game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would love a visor.
I would just
I don't disagree with you.
Spots burning where the hair's not thick enough, so I'm gonna stick with a regular hat. I think.
So I noticed when I was rewatching some of our games that you guys were talking about my hairstyles for the games.
A lot. Yes.
Yeah, I figured it out.
A samurai?
I think I figured it out. So I got the
there it is.
I went with a low bun, and it actually makes the hat stay on. But I do use the gaiter to make sure that everything stays out of my eyes. And that's purely when I have my helmet on. Because the last thing you want is your hair in front of your eyes when the ball's coming back at you at 115 miles an hour.
Oh, that's a question. We got that question in our group chat. I said tune in on Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. We know that ball is coming back quicker, but realistically, you snapped off Jobo. You had a couple of snaps. That's going to be on TikTok. Oh, by the way, hey, go share our TikTok. Get it on John King's, please, of the triple play. How much quicker does that ball come at you or by you with the conference?
You don't know. When even just pitching, it's obviously faster.
It's always quick.
It's always quick. It's obviously faster here. When I say here, the conference. When you're playing the best of the best, and when you're pitching a stadium ball, like that ball is going to be flying back at you. So it's one of those things. It's all reaction time.
You're there or you're not.
I made a play. I also got hit a couple times. Like that, it just happens. You know, it happens anyway, but it just happens.
You had one stretch in that game we broadcast where you did a little tip drill with. We thought it was Wally playing second. You did a little tip drill right to him, and then
Steve.
Okay, and then there was another play later in that inning where he looked a little upset with you that you didn't tip it to him, that you made a play on your own. You kind of slapped it down, and you could see you and him like going back and forth. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's mad he didn't tip it to him again.
Yeah. Well, oh no. What we were saying. So in that position, that spot of the game, the first guy got a triple, and I was just like in the infield. I'm just like, I'm that idiot that's like, all right, let's get 3 outs and make him stay right there and not score. And the first guy hits a missile at me, and it tips off to Steve at second, and then the next guy hit it at me, and I got him out. And I was like, see, that guy, if I catch that first one, that guy's still at third. That's just me being an idiot while I'm playing the game.
You know what? Like, but this is the fun part, and it's like this goes for you, Tab, Alyssa, Chucky, Benny, Wally last year, even this year, like fucking that entire Beloli Brothers HVAC team, you know, and Platinum Fire when they're down at the Smokies, like watching local fucking people play conference is, and now knowing what I know about softball, is fucking awesome, man. Like it's so cool. I'm gonna be hyping y'all up for fucking ever. Like it's such a different level after this weekend.
You don't need to hype me up anymore after this. I think I'm done with the conference. But
when you're playing C, you're just fucking D. Don't worry about it. Before then, you're conference D.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that it's kind of different that you don't realize is that sometimes I'm just goofy out there, right? I'll go to second after someone hits a double and I'll say something to them, you know, just trying to joke around with them. In the conference, that no one really likes doing that because they're there to get on base. Well, some of the guys were pretty cool, but it's like, yeah, it's serious business. I realized that when we were playing the A team in A Worlds a couple years ago.
It was just like,
yeah, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't. That would be bad.
You think that has a lot to do with the fact that those guys understand how much money is going into getting them all there?
Yeah,
right, or how much money they're making.
Right. I'm saying to get that team there, how much is the sponsor putting in for that weekend? And which I mean, I think that is a good thing. It sucks for you who's just like, oh my, this is awesome. I just want to have fun. But it's good that they are respected and like appreciative of the amount of money going towards that, where it's like, just let me fucking hit another double off you and walk away.
Yeah.
How were they off the field? Is there any?
There wasn't really much talking off the field.
Okay, so
I usually talk to people on the field. I don't go up to them and be like, "Hey, man."
I asked Dustin at one point.
Especially if I say something to them and they don't respond to me, I'm not going up to them after the game and be like, "Hey, I was trying to joke around with you, man."
I asked Dustin at one point. I said, "Hey, listen, go talk to Jits Media and the Pepperoni Backpack guy, and like, you know, I want to get him on the show, and he's going to come on, and you know, go introduce yourself." And he's like, I have no fucking clue who you're talking about.
Dude, I saw him, though. He was with the Pepperoni Backpack.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
I thought about it, and then he walked away, and I was like, yeah. I gave it a bid.
The old college try.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, this is, I'm excited. I'm excited because this year we have multiple people, multiple teams playing in conference, you know, and really like we're going to be like Chucky's going to be in Texas, or at least I assume he's going to be. I know the Chaos ladies are going to be in Texas. Oh, J Rose drinking. We're staying pretty good tonight. You know, but like we're the Billy Register. Hey, Billy, Chaos. Listen. I'll come fucking hang out on the field. Like if y'all need a hype man, I'll bring my little fucking like tripod and camera and my mics. We could really make some fucking content here. I'm just saying. I'll bring the koozies. I'll bring stickers.
Yeah, I definitely need
sports
to
bras for the ladies. I got another 500 in a case in the garage. We're good.
You were live this weekend, were you not?
Live nonstop. So Thursday I started. I wanted to watch you guys. I had obviously had to work. I wasn't, you know, until y'all started paying me to take days off of work. I'm not doing it. But I did Thursday, Friday conference. All right, fine, Taylor. I got you. We're coming, Taylor. I'm coming for you. We're gonna have a fucking weekend in Myrtle. And then, but no, so we, you know, we were broadcasting all weekend where we did Thursday, Friday. We did a lot of Chaos. You guys, Beloli Brothers, we grabbed Chucky. We did Van Wert Frickers. Really, if you meet us, we did some Resmondo. If you meet us, we're going to do your games. Like, if you become friends with us, I'm a whore. I'm a cheap fucking whore. I will broadcast your games if you say hi to me. And then, you know, speaking of whoring myself out, you know, somebody said, hey, come down to Rhode Island. So I jumped in the car after we got the triple play, went down to Rhode Island, watched a little DNIT. Let me tell you what, softball in the Northeast region is nice. I don't know what E-ball looks like yet. I may have questions on reclassing. because there's two teams I'm thinking of. One team that got auto bumped last year that have a lot of people that went from a auto bump, national auto bump of C back to a D. And then I'm looking at a team in the middle of Massachusetts. Don't be hating me. But there's a lot of fucking people on that team. I'm very curious about how y'all are C, but Jesus Christ, that Woo City Wolfpack is going to be a good team. Ellis Painting, good team. There is some very good teams from what I've seen in the Northeast so far this year at D. Dustin, hearing how you talked about the CNIT and Taunton, I'm very excited about this. Like, I think softball is actually in the Northeast in a spot where we have a lot of evened out playing fields as opposed to like 4 or 5 teams under the top and everybody else is chasing them or trying to chase them.
Yeah, I mean, D is always that. D is different in the fact that there's always different pools of teams that get into these tournaments because they're small. They're not. I mean, the tournaments are smaller, and just the amount of teams in the area in D are just huge. So you're never going to have the same 12 teams in a tournament. Where a lot of the C tournaments are going to be like that. You know what I mean? It's going to be competitive, but for the most part, you're going to see a lot of the same teams in only C-only tournaments. So D is always that one where it's always so interesting to see how teams do at the end of the year, because I think it was Mass Wolverines last year. You looked at the tournaments that they played in. Some of them were, I mean, I looked at them and I was like, all right, the pool of teams just isn't that great that they're playing in. And it seemed like that happened, but then they finish in a spot to get, bumped to C. So it's always, I find D interesting in that aspect.
It's, and D's weird, right? Where the sense of like, I could name it 2-3 teams in New Hampshire, Northeast that are going to stay in New Hampshire, Northeast until we get to Natties or Firecracker and then Worlds. And I've talked about with other teams, like I'm already looking at Ellis Painting. You open up your season in a CNIT. You're playing in Rhode Island. You're not coming to New Hampshire because why? So you can play the same 4 teams. They're going to Mass. They're going to Connecticut. They're playing where there's a plethora of teams. I love that. Like, to me, that's going to help Ellis Painting at the end of the year than anybody. Get out of your ballpark, like we've said consistently. Get the fuck out of your backyard and go play ball where you can test yourself, play up, play opens, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it seems like at the shootout, the open, it looked like there were quite a few D teams in that tournament, which is pretty nice. And you're going to go there and you're going to get your licks. You know what I mean? You're going to beat up. You're going to get beat up, but you might win a couple games. Yeah. So you're a D team. You want to go and win that open, right? Like, that's your goal, is to go win that open. Ideally, that's the goal, right? Is it though? I mean,
I want to show up and win as many games as possible. Okay, so I want to show up and win as many games as possible. So what's your realistic goal going to an open C tournament, depending on what the bracket looks like? To me, if I'm showing up at a tournament, I want minimum 2-2.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you are playing against teams 2 levels above you, which is going to happen in that tournament, it's going to be you have to go into the tournament with different expectations, right? Especially to the teams you're playing. Like, the teams that you're playing, obviously, you want to play to win the game. That's always the deal. Right. But to have realistic expectations against a D and a B team, if you can bring that B team to 7 innings, huge. I feel like you can win. You don't win, but you get like good experience of, you're either playing good defense against a B team or you're battling back and forth with them at some point in the game, and then it kind of rolls. It's much like the game that we played against Competitive Edge. We lost by 15, but we brought them 7 innings. But you can learn off of that. There are things to learn off of that game, and it can be used to, you know what I mean? Like, okay, there was this amount of time that we were toe to toe with a major team.
There's an 0-2 where you want to be like, I'm never going to the softball field again. And then there's the 0-2 that you're talking about where you guys had, where it's you can find the positives out of it. You have to go into it with that. And it's not just thinking like losing doesn't matter, like you were talking about. Like that's right. But it's we have to have a realistic goal. And so one of the things when I went silent, because I found a website and I went down that rabbit, I was trying to see if anybody D had jumped into that Beast of the East at the end of the year.
Anybody?
Because no, it's all C right now. So I wonder if they're not, I don't know. But I think that's where it's at in the season.
Yeah.
I think that could be huge for some of these D teams. There's only 13 teams in it right now. If you could get into a late season tournament where you're playing the upper crust of the area, I think that could be super beneficial right before going to Florida, pretty much.
Yeah, and I think in some of those tournaments where you're playing the higher level teams, sometimes an 0-2 in that tournament is going to do more for you than playing in a D tournament and going 2-2.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going to learn more. You're going to learn what it takes to get better. Yeah, there's a lot to learn in playing up if you're okay with going there and knowing you're probably not going to win.
I think that's the thing is the expectations. Listen, even and I look at you guys when you were an E team winning C states. Like it doesn't matter. I mean, we just watch teams. We just watch Khaos right in the conference place top 4 in back-to-back duels. Like why not when you're going? Like I feel like if you're going up one level, if I'm going up to C, you have a certain expectation of what a realistic goal can be.
Right.
Obviously, part of it has to do with your draw. You know, like if you're going in there and playing a team like, I don't know, National Gold, Bololi, RDD, teams that have been, chosen, let's say you're in an open, you're playing with teams that are far, that's different. Oh, Matt, look at this. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of our comments. Maddie Ratty was checking us out from Khaos. But I think having that right expectation is the right thing to do. I love playing up. Listen, and playing up is way to go. It is the way to go. I would play up no matter what. It's just always the expectation. It's just
So I
feel like you should always go in a tournament 2-2, no matter what. Yeah,
there's a good thing to playing against your own to not playing up as well. You have to have a nice mix of it in the season, I think.
Yeah.
You always want to have that.
But like, thinking back to just some of the tournaments we were in D, I mean, we still joke around about getting like just shit pumped by the Canadians. And there was that year where we played the Canadians and then South Shore. But
so we didn't get shit pumped by the Canadians the first time. I think it was like 13-7.
Yeah, the second
which is like, I was like, oh my God. As an E team, we played a C team and we were within 6 runs.
Right.
Like,
but we played, and then the next one though, because it was gold, right? As a D team, didn't we go gold against South Shore and the Canadians?
Yes.
And that one, it was just like, holy.
We played 7 total innings.
I think it was almost a good thing for us to not, obviously you want to play full games, but we were just kind of like, okay, that's what that level team looks like. That's good to know. And then you look at the fact that, you guys made it all up to B and then playing A worlds and B worlds. Like there's a reason for that. That team continuously played the highest level around the area that we could.
Yeah.
And it showed by how you guys did.
Yeah. And there are other teams that have done the same thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're a D team, I always encourage to play up. It's going to suck, but you're not going to be, the chances of you coming back from a world tournament and complaining that there were sandbagging in your tournament and you had to play one of the really good teams, that's probably not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting. What I mean, like no team has been bumped mid-season. What the Pork Pistols got bumped? No, they didn't get bumped. Somebody got bumped last season. I think on the women's side though.
Yeah. So the last one. Well. Oh, was it the team that won C's? Or. I don't know if it was from around here.
Yeah, I don't remember, but anyway,
I remember it was a story, but I think the last one that I remember, I think it was South Shore in 2016.
Really?
They went from C, they got bumped to B and came in 5th in B Worlds, which their roster was totally legit C. and they pretty much a 5th place at B Worlds pretty much tells me that you probably would have won C, which really sucks for those guys. You know what I mean? But that's just because they were playing and they were competing against anyone they played against. Didn't matter. So that was kind of like that smoke team from what, 2021?
21, something like that, where they went
21.
to Rhode Island.
Yeah, they went down to Maryland and
Maryland.
they murdered B teams. They were like 7-2 against B teams that year.
So
they didn't.
So
get
here's a
punked mid-season.
question, and this is to you. I'm seeing a lot of talk in the Maryland softball talk page. I'm in too many fucking softball pages these days. Like, this is just, how did this happen? I know we run a podcast. They're talking about Fishhead. There's some talk about Fishhead not being bumped, or some shit. It would be not being bumped. I'm just like, I'm looking at fucking teams around here, like at the B level, like not being bumped to the B, like A. You're a fucking B team where there's no other fucking B teams in the Northeast, north of Maryland. You have Fishhead, you have Bololi, you have Platinum Fire. Am I missing a men's B team from Washington D.C. north to fucking Quebec?
Chosen.
Thank you. Chosen finished second, right? Thank you. Yeah. So there's 4 teams in that whole region. Like, let's settle the fuck down. And they're talking about wanting them to be an A team, and none of them are fucking A teams.
Right. Yeah, it's
just weird.
Yeah, they're not going to get. There's no one. So what? To go back to it, what Khaos is facing though,
Yeah.
I think it's because they're a conference team, so they're going to be looked at differently than like a normal, like just a typical team from around here or whatever. You know what I mean?
When
Like,
it comes to the women's side, here I'm pulling it up right now. But when it comes to the women's side, when we are looking at we're looking at A to double A conference of the women's teams. Is there that much of a difference? Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, like, but I'm asking this.
I think there's usually. So what is it? Usually the Derby girls that are just far and above everyone else. Typically, they usually win the majority of the conference tournaments.
Correct.
So there's usually
because they
that,
played
and
them too closely.
What's that?
Did they play them too closely? Like,
I don't know, or they beat them. Like, because I know that they did not win one of the tournaments this weekend.
All right. What is it? Slow Pitch Center. What's DW's website?
Was he the old scout? He's on there a lot.
I don't know. I don't think he's old.
He's on that a lot. I know.
Yeah, that's still around.
Oh yeah,
man.
I just saw
what a time the
weekend.
softball message boards were.
Remember you softballfans.com/forum or something that used to be going.
That's how me and fucking Fish found each other.
Yeah.
Boomba pants.
I'm trying to figure this out. So I'm trying to think. I'll just pull it up here, the U-Trip from this tournament this weekend. But they finished 4th. Like, there was no wins in this duel this weekend for Khaos, where I was like, what the fuck are they doing playing this? They should have been in, they should be a conference AA instead of the conference A team. And because here's my viewpoint on it. When you're looking at AA versus A, and this goes for men's and women's, or men's and ladies, I just don't see the difference. I really don't see the fucking difference there. I really don't. So here we go. So, fuck off. Give me the women's. Sorry, I'm trying to do some shit here.
Yeah, like you said though, I mean,
go.
the thing that I'm looking at, and I'm not even like actually looking at it, is like you look at the team. If the team is an A team by any stretch, then like their schedule isn't going to change if they're bumped to AA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna.
And yeah, Benny brings up a good point in the comments. Rock Run wasn't bumped last year, and they
beat the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, and they won 3 conference events that, you know what I mean? But Yeah, they were B last year and they were winning conference events. So
I
like
might have found it.
you might have found what? What are you
They beat
what are you
they,
looking for?
they beat La Familia, who is a women's conference major team.
Gotcha. And
Would they have, and Tab being on that team? Like, I'm just looking for some petty bullshit. Was that the petty bullshit that might have happened?
Yeah, I
like,
mean, Alyssa-
I'm a catty bitch. Listen,
Alyssa-
we know that.
Alyssa commented they beat 3 major teams. I mean, that's
But like La Familia last year, weren't they conference? Were they conference A?
no. I get what you were saying though about it, Dustin, in the sense of like at that level, how much does it change?
all you're
They would
doing
know.
is
I wouldn't.
yeah.
Maybe it does change their schedule. I think it's worse for the individual rather than the team. Because if the team gets bumped up, does that also bump each player? So now they
Yeah,
can
of
only
course
go
it does.
Yeah.
right. And I think as a team, it might not be as big of a deal. But now for those women who are now going to be double A players instead of A players,
Right.
that
And I'm
might
not
become the
yeah,
the part
I'm
that
not saying
sucks.
it's like it's a good thing. It's
Sure,
okay.
right.
What I'm saying is they're essentially just screwing them out of, fighting for an A world championship.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all it's doing. It's only adding a negative effect. So
Corey.
why would you do that
I get what you're
in
saying.
the conference?
So right now, that's Team 24 Monster. Ready? So Team 24 Monster, who are Sasha Killings, they're 0-7 against major teams. So should they be a fucking major team?
That's a major team at
Yeah, and they're
0-7.
0-7. And here's your average differential. You ready for this? Their average differential is about the size that I wish my hog was. It's 9
4?
runs.
Wow.
Convert that to inches.
Centimeters. It's more
Yeah,
realistic.
how do runs? Can someone bring up the Google conversion of runs to inches?
I like that as he was thinking about a 9-inch hog, he was rubbing his nipple as well.
Can you not get excited by nipples?
We're excited.
No, but that's the thing. Like, the women's game is so much different. Like the men's game, if you had a majors team that was 0-7 against majors teams and just getting their shit pushed in, different, right? I just don't see Khaos getting a mid bump already.
Yeah.
Is this
I
one of
don't
those
think so.
spots where on the men's side they have the TBDs?
Well, that's
maybe
where they
for the-
start, right?
Maybe for the early tournaments, the majority of these middle teams should be TBDs.
Oh, stop.
So I don't even know if those are those TBDs are like considered middle. I think because in conference there's a point structure to each player.
Yeah, which as
So
a
it's-
formula.
Yeah.
You sent the formula.
Yeah, I
brother.
know.
Well, no, I think that was that
That's
the
the rankings now.
right. That's the power
season-
rankings.
the
I'm
season.
talking. Yeah, I'm talking about like each player in the conference has a rating.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You can only have
And
so many
like there's a
points on your
number.
roster.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's like, why are we adding more?
Right.
More craziness to the roster.
I just meant of like maybe you take all. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something where if the majority of the teams that are the AA area are just kind of TBD, and then you figure out where they should be. I'm not
Yeah, I
ever
mean,
going to
that's-
be at that level.
but
I'm
there's
just trying
always
to look
that-
at different ideas.
Yeah,
Here's
and I think it makes sense to put them at a TDB, almost like a lot of the teams, like maybe B and A, unless you specifically get bumped to
Right.
be put as TBD. But then there's always that fact that like people you wouldn't think that, but would teams then start throwing
Yeah.
games because they want to get
Right,
dropped
right.
down to
Yeah.
the
No,
lowest
I hear that. Yeah.
Here you go. Ready? So Khaos is 3-4 against major teams, 3-0 against Conference A, 2-0 against Conference B. Team 24, Monster Women's Conference Major Team. They are 0-7 against Conference Major, 3-0 against Conference TBD, 3-1 against Conference A, 4-0 against Conference B. All right, so that seems like a shitty major conference team or an elite AA conference team, right?
but they're always going to be playing a major team in these tournaments where some of these other teams are not.
Right. So,
You
like,
know what I mean?
you know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm thinking, like, all right, do you drop them down? Who's this? La Familia. Conference AA, 1-0. Conference Major, 5-3. Women's Conference A, 1-1. Women's Conference B, 3-2. So, I don't know. I just can't. with Chaos, what they've done in the duel, and they're looking at under 500 in conference major and undefeated in conference A and B. If that's all it takes, I wish it was.
Yeah.
I wish that was my fucking scale at home then.
Yeah, I don't agree that bumping people in the middle, like if you've already put them somewhere, that seems odd. I'm just trying to look at different ways to do it that would seem to make more sense, but none of
Right.
it makes sense.
And we're getting a little bit of information on the TDB. It's when a team is considered A to start the year, but they could be bumped to AA. They're just trying to see if they belong with the AA teams.
That's why we have the best fans. They tell us when we just start running with stuff, they're going to tell us what we're getting wrong, and that helps.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff about the conference that we don't know about.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna. Hey, listen, just start sending me friend requests because the only John Stevens I know used to be a coach in the NHL. I'm loving this, John. I'm about to fucking send you a friend request as well. Here's the other thing. We want to talk about the majors. We want to talk about conference. We can't talk about this without our fucking guy. We got to make him a brand ambassador. John J-Mo Morrison.
Okay.
Dude, J-Mo's telling me how he's showing Coco. I didn't even remember us ringing somebody up in the Sports Reach game. Or maybe I was doing, I don't remember, but like, I don't remember us doing a Sports Reach game and us ringing somebody up. And he showed his buddy that's an umpire from North Carolina. He's spreading the Bring It podcast word. Like, I think this shit's happening.
I think it was that time. It must have been that, I think it was Friday night where we were trying to get the feed and the stadium just kept showing the same 4-second clip over and over. And we accidentally found the game we were looking for on a totally different field. I think it was that one.
But J-Mo, like, you're doing God's work right now, my man. Like, thank you so much. Like, he really is. He's doing a lot. He is.
It was crazy. So I didn't even realize it was him until after the game. He came up to me. I was like, he looks familiar, but like, he also said the same thing to me. He was like, I was not expecting to see you here. Like, I didn't realize it was you. It took me a second. And I was like, same thing. That's great. It's just like we weren't expecting to see. It was awesome to see him doing the conference event.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing J-Mo down there. Like, it's another thing where it's a little different, right? Where you see Chris Foster, you see Ralph, you see J-Mo at conference events. Like, this type of shit jacks me up. And now we got John Stevens joining us here in the comments, and he's a conference ump, and he's in Pennsylvania. He's a Grand Canyon jackalope, or is it an antelope? But he's a Grand Canyon boy. Like, we're getting some people, at least on the conference umpire side, the umpire side. And this is what it is. It's all about softball. It's not just D-ball. It's not C-ball. Like, some of y'all might bitch about we only talk about one side of softball or the other and not cover everything that much. Too fucking bad. Be better. We're going to talk about where we fucking people are, and especially people that follow us. And J-Mo's doing a hell of a fucking job. Seeing him down at the conference, and then him sharing us and showing clips of us hyping up umpires or being all jacked up because of somebody calling somebody out somewhere. Like, I love that. It's all softball. Everybody should enjoy it.
Yeah. The more we can get out there, the better. But like you're saying, like, we don't have to talk about one thing or another. Like, how cool is it that we have conference umpires like checking in and sending you messages because they saw us and what we were doing? And it's cool because softball is more than just what's going on in Merrimack or what's going on at the D tournament or the mixed tournament, or like, we really have just basically put our fingerprints on everything somehow. We have stickers everywhere.
Yes, that's it. If you need stickers, we're going to start sending stickers out to everybody. I'll order some more.
Every time I'm in Florida, I get up at least once. Usually it's just once.
You know, I think 2 or 3 messages this weekend of people sending me shots of stickers down there, and I was like, "Ooh,
yeah, they're all over
faded.
that." Like, yeah, they're actually like black and white.
Yeah,
and I was like,
retro.
Someone was like, "Did you just put that up?" I was like, "No, that's actually been there for a while."
We're gonna get the QR code this year, though.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's a good one. But,
Here's something I want to touch on.
touch.
So I'm excited. Like, I got to tell you, Woo City Wolfpack. Hickey. I know you're in the comments. We got to talk.
What do you got here?
I haven't gone through and looked at certain people's rosters this year. I am just curious at how so many, like, it's not even a mass thing, actually. Because I can see how Woo City gets enough guys. They didn't have a lot of guys get reclassed, to be honest with you. They're getting, like, Cabo just joined them. They have Lex, Alex joining Rob, Oski, who they all played C, whatever. Hey, guys, last year, I know everybody was like, the elite. I hate the elite rule. Hickey, I'm going to tell you this. You can come on the show. We can talk about this. I think the elite rule is the stupidest fucking rule in the world. And Hickey, you and I can go at it. I'm fine with it. I'm sure you have your pieces as to why there's only 3. And I'm going to respect it. And I love the elite rule in the fact that so you can't go play, if you're C elite, you can't go play D. If you're D elite, you can't go play E. But why limit at that point? Just saying. Maybe that's a debate for another show. We'll get the viewership up.
So what you're saying is you're not sure how this team has so many guys who got reclassed, but also you're upset about the D elite only being able to have 3 D elite.
Nope, not D elite. Just the elite rule in general. It's at C elite where you're only allowed 3. D elite, you're only allowed 3. But I'm also looking at a D team in New Hampshire that got auto bumped nationally last year and got most of their guys reclassed. How?
Yeah.
How does this happen? So, and I'm not talking about Woo City. I love Woo City. I like BBV. Brian Borrega Vega. I probably butcher the shit out of it. DJ BBV. He went for a fucking. I know John. He went for a fucking fly ball in left field. I was broadcasting the game. I think he tried to get a clip of the week out of it. And oh boy, it wasn't pretty. But no, I love Woo City. I love Woo City last year. Like, I've been upfront about that. But man, when you are auto bumped by the national committee and you get most of your team reclassed from C to D, why won't you just go play C? Go make a fucking C tournament. I've been saying this all the fucking time. Go fucking play up. I had an opportunity to play C. I didn't want to play with somebody. And so I told the guy that was running the team when I saw him at the Mojo, I said I didn't want to play with somebody. He understood it. I'm playing with a great team. I'm fucking thrilled. And I hope we get to bump to C, and I hope I'm kept on that team because I want to play C ball. I want to play all my tournaments at C. I just don't like it when people try to play down because they think they're big dick energy type of shit.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at Woo City's.
Not at Woo City.
But I'm looking at Woo City's roster. Roster on paper looks really good. After one tournament, their differential
plus
is
like 20.
almost 8.
Yeah,
like they usually it's like within 4, within reason. You know what I mean?
Good team.
It's going to be a good team all year to watch, and I'm not throwing any hate that way. I'm just saying, like,
that actually wasn't who I was throwing hate towards, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know the team's name I was throwing hate towards, but I can tell you who was running it.
You can?
Okay. I've picked up what he's put down.
Oh, the New Hampshire team?
Yeah.
But,
oh, gotcha.
Yeah, and I guess
what's the difference between why are certain guys, like, we have guys that haven't played on a fucking C roster in 6 years not getting reclassed. Guys that aren't even trying to play up. They're trying to be a D guy. And not because they're sandbagging, because they are a D guy. He's a shitty pitcher.
I also know who you're talking about now.
Or like a guy with an art, like, you know what I mean? Like, how does this happen? But meanwhile, a team that just gets completely auto bumped in New Hampshire this year doesn't, like, and you have 70% of the starters get reclassed. Go play fucking C. Just go do it. I don't care. Give me shit when you see me. I don't fucking care. But, like, go play fucking C. Don't be a bitch.
Is this team playing in the?
Yeah, Premiere on Broadway or whatever.
Oh, they're not playing in that tournament. They're not playing in the CNIT in New Hampshire.
Yeah, because there's probably a women's or co-ed tournament or something like that.
Wow, so much shade. But I love it. I'm just thinking.
You
I was
gotta
just
throw
thinking,
it every once in a while. It's good for the
He did
podcast.
say
Oh,
he's coming in hot tonight.
Oski, settle down. I told you I love Rob. I love everything about Woo City. Oski, you came and gave me some. Oski, I'm not getting you the fuck off this year. We're gonna have some fun. You're not getting clean. I've still got to chirp the fuck out of you. Just because you're on a new team doesn't mean I don't get to chirp you this year.
I'm sure he's gonna chirp me somehow.
Oh, Oski's gonna give it to me. Oski gave it to me on fucking Saturday, and I didn't said anything yet.
I don't think. Hold on, that I don't think is possible. You pull up and you are already talking.
Oh, I love it. No, listen. When Xander is your fucking catcher, you got issues. Like, Xander's a fucking gross outfield. Xander's one of my favorite outfielders, especially in D-ball. If you're looking for an outfielder and you can pry him away from Rob, take him. He's gross. I love Woo City. I'm gonna give you guys shit all fucking year, and when we beat you and when we play you this year, I'm gonna give you shit all game. I'm gonna give you all fucking high fives and hugs, and we're gonna have a fucking blast, and we'll have fucking some Tron in the back.
No Tron for you, it says.
I know, Oski. I'll bring my own. I'm gonna mic up fucking DJ BBV in left field when he's watching my balls go over his head.
Unfortunately, you're out of home runs already, and that's a DBL.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of money. $1,000, get the fuck out of here. That's too much cake. Jesus Christ, I'm a broke fuck. I got to support too many people here, Oski. But no, it's I'm excited to see what happens with everything going on this year. I think I think what Hickey, maybe not even Hickey, but with what the area has been trying to get to, where C has a good division, where D has a good division, where E is that division that continues to graduate up. I think I think we're close to it. Because look at C.
Yeah. So do you think that by doing that locally, do you think it's going to produce teams doing well at Worlds?
No.
It's actually going to do quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Right?
It'll be great for ball. It's going to be great tournament to tournament, whether you're doing, whatever tournament it is. I think it's going to be great from tournament to tournament each weekend. I don't think it's going to be good for us in Florida. I don't.
Why is that?
You have Georgia, you have Florida, you have these teams where it's going to be stacked up against us. Does that mean one of these teams, C, D? I think when it comes to C, it's whoever plays up or plays consistently enough and gets themselves ready for Florida. When it comes to D, because what's C? 80 teams? The C tournament, 80, give or
right
take. Yeah. I think it's whoever's played and more opens. That's why I'm excited that we have Platinum Fire, we have Beloli, HVAC. Like, we have a couple of B teams here that will help the C teams elevate their game.
Chosen looks to be getting into a lot of local tournaments too.
Are up in the Northeast? They're not going down. Okay.
I know they're in the
So
Beast.
there we go. We have Chosen, Beloli,
They're in
and
the
Platinum
Beast.
Fire.
They're in the Beloli. They're in the Shootout. I'm
Good.
assuming they're going to be in the Firecracker. Like, they're in wherever the other two teams are. Typically,
they're
that
there.
Chosen team is going to be there too.
So that's this may be. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this. This may be my favorite fucking comment in all of our podcast history.
Jeez.
Oh, Oski. Color guys can't ever make noise.
I was actually looking at the one below that.
Yeah.
Where we have the big man.
Man, the
good
big man love this shit.
interaction
Everyone says I'm
overall.
a dick and deny too many appeals. J-Rose says we approve too many.
So here's the thing, J-Ro. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Mr. Hickey again. I looked at this. There are 4 guys that got bumped to C last year. And I'm guaranteeing you one of them was a bench guy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Looking at the roster right now, a couple of them got bumped in 2021, which was a few years ago. And I can tell you right now, they are definitely D guys. Nothing against those guys, but they're D guys.
Here are the guys I'm only thinking about. And heck, come on, it's good content.
It's good content. This is a D team. I'm
I'm
looking
waiting
at
for Hickey to like show up and just be on the podcast. I'm like,
hold on. Here he comes, right
I'll
behind
quiet
you.
down.
he's at J-Ro's house. Like, what the
So
fuck
here's
are you
my
talking
thing.
about?
Like, when I look at it, I have no idea what Wuss City's roster looks like. But I see Sexy Lexi, I see Oski, I see BBV. I'm looking at Mike McCongle, who's could be a C guy. I don't know if he had been a C guy before or not.
Played a couple
Xander
years
was a C guy. I know Oski's now a D elite. So like, I just look at guys and know where they played the last 2 years, and you know what I mean. But where they're bench guys or maybe not, I get it. I don't care. I'm just fucking again. Make them fucking C. Make them D elite. I don't care. When we beat them, it's gonna be good because I'm coming for you, Oski. Maddie Ratty, I love that you're checking in. But no, it's I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's color guys can say whatever you guys want. You guys can always say anything you want, Oski.
I don't know if we can call them that. I think they can call.
Oh,
them that.
do I have to do
We're
this?
allowed
I'll do
to.
this right there. Color guys can make you can make all the noise you want, Oski. Oski, and you know that. You've been chirping fucking D and I for the last 2 fucking plus years. Jesus Christ. Fine, Oski. When we're in Taunton in 2 weeks, I'll bring you a fucking bottle of Patron. Jesus Christ. But no, so after this weekend being in Rhode Island, like Ella's Painting's going to be in a lot of tournaments. Wuss City Wolfpack is a fucking legit team. As much as I love to give them shit, I want to fucking get on the fucking barbecue with them and get some of that yakko. MP Sports Cards, they made 2 small pickups. I like that. I am very excited for softball this year in the Northeast. I'm very excited for it at the national level where we get to watch Khaos. We're going to see a lot of good things. We're going to be following a lot of good teams this year.
So it looks like D picks right up this weekend.
Yeah,
in
Manchester
New
and
Hampshire?
Merrimack. Yeah.
You guys are not playing in this?
No, we're playing next weekend in Taunton. Real teams playing Taunton, baby. We play with the Hickey. And Hickey, I'll bring you a coffee and a Boston cream. I'll bring my tail between my legs too afterwards. Sometimes it's good for the
he
show.
is gonna light you up.
The Ville's just working off a Puerto Rican hangover right now.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time for fucking the rum and boo and blow to go away.
Oh wow, the one in the 29th you're going to?
29th and 30th we're playing. 29th and 30th, so we might have a house down there.
You're playing back-to-back tournaments?
Yeah, and
There's
guess
a
what?
20
I
team
can't wait to have
tournament
a
on
fucking
Saturday?
Yeah. You know, great set. Guess who's running it?
I understand that, but the one time that we did a Saturday and then Sunday tournament, awful idea.
The one time the Ville did it, they won back to back. So let's keep that tradition going.
He's already mad at you. You can't suck up to him anymore. He needs a day off.
I just need a t-shirt. I got to play well so I can get a t-shirt. That's all I need.
No, you can play outside of your fucking gourd. He is not giving you. He's giving you a belly shirt.
Done. Fine.
Don't twist your arm.
No, but I'm like I was driving. I actually said it to Amanda. Amanda could give a fuck less. I was like, I'm really looking forward to softball in the Northeast this year. Like, D's going to be very good. C's going to be very good. We got a couple of Conference B teams. We have women in the Conference A. We have a man in the Conference A. We got a lot of good softball in the area. Like, I am very excited for what we're about to watch for the next 5 months.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah, not
Or
you,
Coco?
No,
Not
conference
me.
boy. The conference boy.
What am I doing?
Yeah, you got an agent yet? You need an agent? I got
No,
people.
I don't.
I know agents. We
I
can
don't
get you
have
a
an
bat
agent.
deal.
I don't have an agent.
We should get you a bat deal. Bring It Podcast Dustin Merrill edition. It'll
It's
sound
weird-
like hot
It's
takes.
weird that we haven't gotten in with a bat company because I feel like we have a lot of people that we could sell bats to. It's crazy.
So I asked Ruggs year one, It's like a fucking grand for 3 bats. And I was
I'm
just
not
like,
talking about that. I'm talking about having a
oh, like having like low, like
bring it at-
yeah, we'll
bring it at
push the
checkout.
shit out of it. Here's your
kidding me?
coupon code. Bring it. Like, go buy fucking Monster. Go buy Louisville. You sign all of our listeners. Louisville. You sign all of our. Look who's on our fucking show, Louisville. Come on, give the boys a chance. I just bought a fucking glove. Yeah, Suncoast is going to be looking for some new sponsors.
Dude,
and I'm a whore.
The new competitive edge bat, everybody was swinging that. That bat's good.
Yeah,
The
but
black
then
and
the
red one.
Yeah, so you have all of their old slow pitch bats failed, temporarily banned. Now you have a fast pitch bat banned.
Which has nothing to do with the slow pitch bats.
I understand, but it's just more of a consistency.
I agree with that. I think that is a bigger thing, Dustin, than our side conversation that we were having. That is a big thing because bat companies need to be in those other areas to be able to be truly viable,
profitable.
And it's if you have that happening and then it's followed up by a fast pitch bat, that is a really bad sign to your consumer. I'm with you, J-Ro. I think that was a big thing.
Yeah, I think. I mean, at
Maybe
the
not
same
for our
time,
listeners. But.
yeah. At the same time, though, like I go back to the fact that some of these bats were 2 years old, so they were tested they were tested before they were put on the market, right? So I'm willing to bet that this is more of a supply chain issue.
I could see that,
and where like certain batches are being produced, then the company just like making. This company's not just making bats the wrong way. Like, is that what you think? Like, is that where you're coming from? Like, or do you think maybe they're trying to cut some fat? They're going through a different production.
I think it could be a lot of stuff. I just think that the fast pitch bat failing is not a overall good sign of a healthy business. Yeah, I think it's probably they changed something in the supply, and it did not work.
And it didn't work, right? Yeah, I think end of the day, I think they're going to be all right. Although I've always heard that Suncoast their customer service is just horrible too. Which is that's the biggest thing out of all of this. Out of everything, that's the thing that we should be talking about the most. Because this stuff, like, end of the day, if these bats all get banned, like they have to do right by their customer or they're gonna fail.
Sure. Yeah. So I think it's a cause and effect type thing.
Yeah. I'm just not I'm not so much on the fact that, like, I'm not on the train where it's like you have a fast pitch bat fail. Now we're really, the company's just a shit company or whatever. I think it does have to do, and maybe that's not what you guys were saying, but
I think it's more.
I don't think they should be vilified for the slow pitch end. I think it's probably just maybe it is the company in total.
Yeah,
maybe it is where they went and changed with the production of their bats.
And we've heard about this. Like, I know when I was at the Mojo, we were looking at China versus Vietnam balls. Like, did you change some part of your production there, and how much did that change everything? Yeah, like I do think your customer service and marketing is going to put a huge play into all of this. For sure,
it's the biggest piece.
It
is anyway, and it is anyway. Like, it should be like, I don't know, man. When I'm buying bats throughout the years, like Easton, anything you get from Smash It, it's like, there's no question. If you send a broken bat in, you get a bat back.
And look at a I don't know, a company like Proton. We don't know a bunch out of them out here in the Northeast, but they're supposed to be hot. They're supposed to hold. They're supposed to have good customer service. That's what it is. That's what people care about is if your bat's shit, can I send it back and is it going to be okay? Like, are you going to take care of me? We're spending $350 per bat. Is it going to be okay? So,
right.
No, it's interesting.
You want to wrap now? I mean, it's 9:30.
This is a long one. This is like an old school.
We can talk episode. If you want to keep talking. We can go over to the
let's head on over. I'm gonna put hold on. Give me a second. I'll put it in the pre-show chat here. I'll put it in the pre-show chat. We'll head on over there and we'll fuck around and find out if you have any issue with anything any of us said tonight. looking at you, Oski. Come on over and join the Discord, baby. We'll have some fun. But yeah, no, thanks for everybody tuning in. Chaos, I love you. Sasha Killings. If I wasn't married, you'd be in
Sasha,
trouble.
come join us in the Discord.
You'd be my catcher. I'd be your first baseman.
Jesus.
No, but she's this catcher.
Can I mute him?
Settle
I
down.
think I have that power now.
Settle down. So she throws 2 through her legs. I jerk off with 2 outs. She throws it between her legs. Anyway, come join us in the Discord. We'll have some fun. We'll have some chats, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
See ya.
Thanks for hanging out.